Welcome to the Opinionated Aussies.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Opinionated Aussies podcast. I'm once again Adrian, joined by Aden and Jordan, and this time we are also joined again by, quote-unquote, the best guest we will ever have, Paige. Hello everyone.
Hey guys.
How are we doing today, Paige and Aden?
Pretty darn dandy. How are you guys?
Oh, fucking, I need to turn you down is what I need to do, Jesus Christ. You're so loud. No, we're
Doing better than we were before, I'll say that much.
I'm ready for a goddamn nap. That's what I'm ready for, Jesus.
Why are you doing better?
Yeah, we've gotten all the teenagers out of this household, so now it's just blokes and a cat.
Yeah. 2 boys and a pussy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's me and the cat with Jordan. We'll jump into this one. We got Paige on this specifically because she has some things to say about it. This is a really interesting topic we've got for you today. We have the pros and cons of pornography and the rise of OnlyFans. We're not going to go all at once. We'll start with obviously the pros and cons of pornography. Also, this is obviously going to be a 15 plus episode. If you're under the age of 15, I recommend
Parental guidance is recommended.
or don't bloody listen to it. Although, who are we kidding? There's so many teenagers under 15 that watch porn. It's actually not even a joke anymore. So, we'll get started on it. Because she has enough to say on a lot of this, we'll get Paige to kick us off. How do you want to start to this one, Paige? You want to go both pros and cons or just pros? How do you want to do this?
Oh, well, one pro. I don't have to look at Aden.
Look, Adrian just took a sip as you said that. He's trying so hard not to spit it all over the computer right now.
Spicier than the rest of my life, that's for sure.
Listen here, you smart ass bitch. You do not get between a man and his coffee like this. That was real quick of you. I'm surprised I'm pretty sure Aiden's just sitting there nodding his head. Yep.
I think I'm the bigger pornography expert than he is, to be honest.
To be fair, we were talking about it before this episode started. We're like, please, for the love of God, don't sit there saying you guys only watch porn for the tips.
No, I watch it for the punchline and, the story behind it. I wonder if she got her sink fixed.
I wonder if that stepmother got unstuck.
Yeah.
No. It would mean he'd have to, vacuum the floors or, do the dishes for the, the start of the episode. So, he doesn't do that shit. So, it really hasn't spiced up our sex life any.
I was about to say, the only way you could spice up your sex life is if you actually grabbed, a little thing of spice and just sprinkled it all over yourselves. The way you go.
Sprinkle someone, Aiden. Here's some fucking magical dust.
I'm white. I don't like spicy food.
Mayo's too spicy. Hey,
Aiden, I'm just going to say it now. You don't like spicy food, so you don't like tacos. We're going to have a problem here. All right. Okay, so in all perfect honesty, what is a pro of pornography that you guys can see? We'll do that.
Look, I think it is actually a huge industry, pornography. I guess lots of people enjoy it.
Enjoy it's kind of an understatement.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm more here for the OnlyFans discussion than the pornography discussion. But look, pros, I think it is a huge industry. It is a big moneymaker of an industry. I guess look at the Kardashians. That's how they broke into fame. It's a good starter. Behind the scenes, it's actually I'm not gonna lie. Looping back to TikTok, I have stumbled across some sort of behind the scenes of what goes into pornography videos, and it's actually like the idea of consent. So they all have to sit down, they all have to discuss the episode, and they all have to agree they're comfortable with the episode, and it must go that way. Like that's huge towards consent, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, that's true in a lot of things. Not just
Yeah.
pornography. The consent part's very important everywhere. So the
Yeah.
fact they
But yeah, no, I think from what I've seen is they got to sit down. They have a movie script of what scenes have to go where, how they do it, and it has to go by the book, and everyone signs that. It's like a legal contract per time
Yeah.
they shoot.
Yes.
I mean, from what I've read, there are some improvising, but not to the extent that you see like in movies where actors make up a line on the spot that sounds better to the character they're portraying. Whereas in porn, it's, I'm going to rub this part of the body now instead of doing what I was going to do originally. And usually that results in, I mean, I personally wouldn't know how to word this because it's,
Definitely more pleasure based.
yeah, like, I don't know. This is not a topic I actually expected us to cover. I saw the topic come up and I'm like, bruh, we're going to be talking about porn on the podcast. Of all the things I was ready for, I was not ready for this one. That's for fucking sure. But
Haven't done your research, hey?
oh, mate, I think I've done enough research in my lifetime. I don't need to do anymore.
I thought you'd be next.
But yeah, be an expert. We've all been watching it since, I don't know about you guys, but 14, 15, 16 years old. Surely there's, 12, 14 years experience right there.
How young do you think you are exactly? Fucking
Pretty old, man.
yeah. I mean,
And-
I can already think of cons more than pros, if I'm being honest.
Well, to be honest, I think unfortunately pornography and any sort of, I'm going to say sex industry because I'm now talking your prostitutes and all that. Sadly, I think to some people it's still seen as like dirty. Like,
Yeah.
but in this behind the scenes video that I saw, they actually had to go get tested and they had to swap results and both had to confirm and sign on each other's results that they were clean. Like, it's really well thought out and structured. So,
Oh god, I just realised.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
I just realised
I
what
think
you...
it's every week they need to go
Yes.
get what's the terminology now? STDs or STIs, whatever. it is.
STDs and Is are still applicable, as well as HIV and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
which is your sexually transmitted
Yeah.
diseases.
Yeah,
they've
they
got
have
to get
to-
they've got to get tested like every week.
Yeah, I just thought as well, a little bit of a funny one for you. You know those videos of the big group sex videos? How fucking long would they be sitting there going, yeah, we check out, yeah, you check, like, there's fucking like 8 or 9 of the pricks in the one room all getting sweaty and hot and heavy, and before that they're all sitting there looking at each other's paperwork like in a circle. Alright, pass it down the line. Oh, really? You're good too? Shit, I wouldn't have thought of that. Like, there's all, and it's like, oh my god, that
But
just
there's
crossed
a-
my mind.
There's a lot of legalities surrounding it. There was one on Netflix where it was like a behind the scenes of what happens and how some girls get casted and all that sort of stuff. And it's really hard for a lot of females to make their name because there is so many of them.
Well, I did do a little research on this, on one website in particular. We're not naming websites, by the way.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Yeah, no.
But the amount of female porn actresses on this one website compared to the males, it's, I believe the number I came up with in the end, I actually sat down with a goddamn calculator. There was about 48 times the amount of female actresses to male. 48. But the thing is, this is the worst part. A lot of male porn stars don't get credited
Yeah.
because the females basically, I guess, steal the show. The best times males get credited is
Unless they're a big name.
it's gay porn.
Yeah, or they're a big name, like everyone knows who Johnny Sins is.
Oh yeah, Johnny Sin's outside of porn though. He's a mad lad though. He's actually a really cool person.
Yep.
He just gets, he gets paid to fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably like an idol to some people because he's such a mad person and he literally gets paid to go do the deed.
Yep.
Well, of course he does it to a script, but he's still in there.
So
Can we just give all porn stars though, like, credit? Like, it is very pleasure driven, but they still stick to their scripts. Like, that is A grade acting right there.
Oh yeah, especially the ones, not to be blunt, but I'm pretty sure I've read a lot of females can't even feel it anymore because of how much they've acted. So when you hear them, putting it on, it's like, wow, you're actually pretty convincing. How long have you been doing this for? Like, one in particular I can think of, Lisa Ann. She can't feel anything. She's been doing it for years. She's retired from it now, God bless her. Although I think she recently came back. I heard a rumor on that one. Not going to talk on that much more though. But
Hey, Adrian. I know you mean well, but I don't think God will bless her, mate. Honestly.
she getting paid for it. Come on. Not literally, please. This is not the topic to say that phrase. God damn it. Oh no!
So yeah.
I've got nothing against them. I've got nothing against them, but when you say God bless her, I don't think he will. And I guarantee you, if we've got Christians watching this, God's probably not blessing you in their words either, Adrian.
No, but that's a story for another day, I think, because we all know that Adrian's going to hell.
Mate, I've got a front row seat. I'm going straight there. I skipped that wait line. I'm ready to go. Come on.
So, Aden and Paige, just hot fire round, give me one pro and one con of in your opinion, on pornography.
I mean, my pro is kind of where I was before with the whole, it does teach consent. It is not as dirty as people think it is. So many people watch it. It's a great industry. Like, it's a big industry, sorry, I should say. Brings in lots of money. Not just for the actors and actresses. I guess in the con side of thing, like, well, I've got sort of two. Like, one, as a young person watching it, what expectations did that bring you about sex and around sex?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the other is on Adrian's note, for the actual actors and actresses themselves, if they're not feeling pleasure as such, like, I guess we'd need to talk to one of them. When they're in their own relationships at home, I know relationships aren't all about sex, but, like, do they have to seek other types of intimacy? Like, is sex completely devalued in their relationships, or is it different because that's the person they're with? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you there. I personally think, yes, they will have sex, but I think it's the intimacy that they will leave with their partner at home. It's more of let's talk, just the laying in bed, it doesn't have to be sexual, but just laying in bed and doing that sort of stuff. They would feel that more than, being with their work partner.
Well, on that note, it's actually not uncommon for porn stars to get married together, and then they star in the same videos all the time, but they never sleep with anyone else. They are never in anyone else's scenes. They are just in each other's. There's actually, sad as it sounds, that's probably one of the smartest ways to go about it. You are in love with someone that does the same thing as you, so you're always working together, and when you're home, you don't, with that profession at home, you're not worried about it. The only difference at home would be, instead of, putting it all over her stomach, you can go inside and have babies.
But then, does that, I guess I wonder, does that remove, like, does sex just become a chore at home because it is your job as a couple? Like,
I don't know.
Is it just completely?
I don't know, because we did mention that they go with a script in in the movies. So when they're at home, they kind of have more freedom to do whatever. And this is something I heard on Big Bang Theory, but no matter how long you think foreplay is, triple it. How many goddamn porn videos have we seen over our years where that line does not apply? So, I don't know. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, though, Paige, in both the pros and cons. You kind of said the one I was thinking of with cons literally off the tip of my tongue. So you've already covered mine. I don't need to say anything on my end.
Which con was it? Because there was two.
The first one.
No. The second one.
No.
The one where it's like, when they're home, is sex a chore?
Yeah.
It's like, because, I mean, she also did say another one that I was thinking of, which was the expectations. Which, you know, can say for certainty, yeah, that messed me up a little bit as a child because of the amount of fucking porn I watched as a teen. Not proud, I will say it, but I'm not going to hide it either. I kind of had the expectations of I'm going to get myself that beautiful bimbo with the double Ds. And,
anyway,
didn't go well.
Aden, what's your pros and cons that you can think of?
To be honest, I'm not really a professional in this. That's why I got Paige on this one. But I don't know. It's probably I probably would have said the intimacy as well at home. Like, you know, is it realistic still?
Yeah.
I get as a con, but I don't know I don't really know much else with the pros. I think Paige has pretty much covered everything I'd sort of say.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan? You have a pro and a con for us.
I'll start with dinner before I go to dessert. So a con, I guess for me, would be once you start doing sex working, whether it's being a prostitute or making pornography films, anything like that, that then if you want to quit, it's a very hard industry to get out of. But by that same token, that's all you're known as. You know what I mean? So, you know, someone could do a video when they're 18, 19 years old, and because it's out there on the internet and everyone can see it, you could be 30, you know, looking for the love of your life, for instance, and depending on the males, you know, not everyone thinks the same, obviously, but some people will look down on you because you've done that. I'm not saying, me personally, that's not the right thing to do, but I can't speak for everyone else. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know some people will look down on you for that. Some people won't. So, you know, it really cuts your dating pool down later on in life.
Oh, yeah. And not by a little. It's actually quite a margin.
Yes.
Which is a shame. Unfortunately, I kind of fall into the category of I don't know if I would ever date a porn star myself. But that's because, you know, the internet's out there. Everyone's already seen who I'm interested in getting riled.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, that's like, I don't know, I can't do that. So, and not for, like, petty reasons or anything. It's because it's a strange thing. It's very hard for me to put into words. Like, I'm not going to condemn someone for doing sex work. You got to do what you got to do to pay the bills. Like, go get your rocks off, sweetie. Got my blessing. But as for dating one, bit tougher. I can't really say anything on that one too much without saying I probably shouldn't.
I guess a pro for me is the money is good. You know, depending on what your limits are as a person, you can earn some really good money.
I mean, good example. Straight males, doesn't matter what colour, I was about to say straight white males, but straight males in the porn industry, they get triple for doing a gay scene.
Yeah.
And you know how many of them go, lather it up in gula and let's get my butt pierced, let's go.
Yeah.
Because they're getting paid like 120 grand for one scene. It's actually pure nuts. Not that, you know, personally, I don't see any of us going, hell yeah, stick it in my bumhole, please.
But no, you know, the money is there and you can make a really good career out of it.
Oh, and the royalties as well.
And you know, it's not just that. You meet a whole different demographic of people and a lot more open-minded people. So it's not just your typical, I want to say older generation that condemn it, but you meet a lot more people your age and they're so open-minded. You can actually have deep, meaningful conversations with these people. They don't give a fuck who you are.
Oh, no.
So I think that they're, in my mind, would be a pro. You're getting money, you're getting good bank, and you're expanding your thought process and your thought patterns.
Yeah.
You're meeting different people that are also open-minded, rather than sitting with your own little niche group of people and hating on the world.
That's very true.
So
That's very true. Very good point.
Some more pros that came to me while you were talking, Jordan, like, if we expand from pornography into sex workers as a whole, like, I'm not going to lie, I have big respect for these guys. But for them personally, certain, like, even just let's go down to, like, pole dancers, you can actually be really flexible with your work hours. So some linking in with the money, some can work 1 day a week and get what we're getting in a fortnight. Like, they can be flexible, and that suits them. But also, like, sex workers, they provide a release for people that are seeking that kind of attention, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Safe release. So, it's a safe release, because yes, that there is an exchange of money generally, but that is what they are seeking. They are now seeking that with consent, with someone who is comfortable to do that with them.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was actually scrolling through TikTok, and it's like one of them Ask Reddit type of things, and it was a lot of guys will go. Well, what I gathered from this Ask Reddit thread was a lot of guys will get a female companion around, and they don't even want to have sex. They will pay her for the night, whatever her going rate may be, whether that's $2.5 grand for 12 hours or something. And literally all they would do is just sit there and talk and, put his head in her lap and play with his hair, sort of thing. It's not so much about the sex itself. It's the intimacy and the physical touch.
Yeah.
Which I think nowadays, I guess, would be more prevalent than, I guess, back in the day, where, back in the day, a lot of guys would, in and out, wipe your hands, I'm done. Where I think a lot of guys nowadays, yes, they look at it like that, but it's also they want someone to talk to that they don't have in their life. And if it means to pay for that, they will.
Yeah, and like, you're right, sex work isn't just about sex. It's about the intimacy, and that's what lots of people seek.
Yeah. I can kind of relate to that a little bit. If I had the money, I won't lie, I'd probably do that. Because it's been a long time since I've had that type of intimacy that, not that I yearn it, but damn do I need it some days. Some days you just wake up and it's like, oh.
I have a better tip for you. Get married and you lose all intimacy.
My fucking god.
I didn't think that was a thing.
Apparently it is. I mean, listen to these two.
That's just because they hate each other.
We literally fight over who touched whose side of the bed. And that only happens after you get married.
Okay.
Okay, so
getting married is off the table. Yeah, getting married is off the table. Awesome. Well, with that,
Adrian, what's some pros and cons that you can think of?
Well, I guess I'll start with another con. I'll expand on it a little bit more, but it's the impressions that it gives on young males who watch porn, and it tempers their expectations of what sex really is. Like, it kind of falls into something we've mentioned with Paige before, which was social media tempers the expectations of young males and young women and all that, but porn does it in a different way. It makes sex out to be, always amazing. There's no strings attached ever, because if you see the same girl in multiple videos, she's obviously no strings attached whatsoever. In my raising, after putting a lot of effort into learning this, sex to me, is more of a passionate bonus, not something that a guy should be constantly fantasizing about. So, I don't know. Like each to their own.
I think I can understand what you're saying. Like when we're younger, you know, everyone, males, females, you know, theys, thems, anyone, we're very impressionable.
Oh yeah.
And when you are that young and you want to get your rocks off and you watch a porno video and you see this guy's schlong and it is fucking massive, you look down and yours doesn't even go past your belly button. You know, you've got a gut and you can't even see your dick. You're just like, holy shit.
I mean,
But
I got the
you
gut,
look-
but how dare you assume my length, sir?
But with that being said, I've heard of stories of guys literally being hard all day because they need to reshoot scenes because something didn't go the perfect way. They didn't get the perfect camera angle or something. So a guy's got to try and maintain that hard on all fucking day. I can just imagine how sore he will be when he finishes work for the day. You
And
know,
the
when
worst
he
part
signs
is-
out at 5 o'clock that afternoon, man, if he was to wear jocks, he'd be in so much pain.
And the worst part is, some of them, if they've had it up all day, they still can't get it down when the day's over. And it won't be till they go to bed that they might get some relief and it goes down. But then there are other cases where they've had to go to a doctor and try to see if there's an issue. And yeah, that does happen more often than we think. But I guess with a pro, and this is kind of just my little thing, it is a good replacement for the imagination. It also is a good learning thing. Like, the amount of times I looked at it like, that's a move, that's a position, and then I'd look it up as like, well, fuck me, that's a position, I guess. And some of them are just so abstract. And another con is that there are so many positions out there that require you to be flexible that I, as a big guy, am like, never happening. But that's still a pro because, like, whatever.
But I think to touch on that with a pro as well, is that you learn to not know what you want is not the right words to use, but you explore your sexuality. If you weren't into BDSM before and you stumbled across a BDSM video and you liked it, you're like, oh wow, okay, that's another category that I like. So take that at what you will.
Yes.
But to me, I would find that a pro because you're being more open with your sexuality.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you there, Jordan. Like, I think, yeah, that is a really big pro.
And I guess with all that leads us to the next segment of this topic, which is the one that Paige has probably got the most to say, and we're probably going to let her rant, rave, and carry on. The rise of OnlyFans as a result.
Are we talking good and bad, or just the rise of OnlyFans itself?
I feel like the good, the bad, and the rise.
Okay.
It'd be interesting. I'll say mine off the bat, so I can get hated immediately. I don't like OnlyFans. I'm just saying it right now.
Okay.
But again, I can understand the merits of it. So I'm not going to shit on it. I don't like it.
But why don't you?
Yeah, Adrian, why don't you like it though? What?
If I'm going to say it, it's literally... So, yeah, porn stars, sex workers, they are actually in a profession. OnlyFans is not, in my eyes. I've never been able to grasp the idea of it being a profession.
Yep.
So... And it's not... I don't think it's fair to those that have put so much work and effort into being a sex worker or a porn star, even strippers. Like, all of these types of sex workers. Why did I say work? Pooh, Jesus. And OnlyFans, let's be real, it originally started... OnlyFans wasn't even meant to be a porn thing. It was not designed for it. But it's what it became. Because, people could send money. Alright? So, and the only reason I don't like it, the main reason, is because some of these younger girls quit their jobs around the rise of COVID-19 and in a very blunt and rude way to put it, they put their snatch on OnlyFans and they get paid. That's not sex work. That's not effort. That's, here's my phone, here's a camera shot or a video, send me money. And that's what happened. That's how I've seen it. Obviously, it's a lot different nowadays. There's a lot more effort put into it. I give them that. But its origins and how it came about, to me, that just undermines not just like people who put in a lot of effort for sex work. That undermines people like myself and Jordan and Aden, where we've put in a lot of effort to our jobs for these people to just put this up on OnlyFans and get paid triple what we did in a week. That really grated my gears so much back then, because I was working during a COVID-19 era where I was getting less and less hours. So yeah, that's just me though. I can understand the merits. Carry on.
Paige, I just want to, before you jump in,
Yeah.
I just want
You jump in.
to say a couple of things.
Yep.
Adrian, have you ever paid for porn before?
No.
Well, there you go. That's half your problem.
No.
I'm not trying to be a dick or shoot you down.
I get where you're coming from
But
though.
when you're so accustomed, especially growing up, getting porn for free off the Orange and Black website and just Googling it, running the risk of putting a virus on your phone, when you actually have to pay for it, you don't see the value in it because you've gotten it for free. If porn was never, ever, 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 ever free, just like back in the 40s, 50s and 60s where magazines and Playboy and all that started, you had to buy a physical copy of Playboy. You were still paying for it.
Yeah.
But now because the internet, it's free, that's what you've become accustomed to.
I know, I'm not disagreeing with you, and I actually do agree with you. That's probably a thing about the porn industry that's made OnlyFans not liked. Because I know I'm not the only one with this opinion, though. That's what makes it worse. I can agree with you on it, though. Because if I had paid for porn growing up, yeah, I'd have a different opinion. No fucking word of a lie. I can't lie to you about it. And I'm aware of it. But again, it's not just the fact that I have never had to pay for it. It's that this, literally someone I have worked with before quit their job and started an OnlyFans and then made triple what I did in a week. That's a little different to they quit their job and then entered the porn industry and worked to get to where they are. That to me feels different. Whereas OnlyFans was an app on a phone. Yes.
Not an app, it's a website, but yes.
Well,
by the same token, you know as a content creator how hard it is to come up with something original and come up with content that is uniquely you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It is so hard for, I'm going to say OnlyFans models because I don't know what other way to put it.
Yeah, that's what.
But OnlyFans models go through the exact same fucking struggles as any other content creator. You need to try and be that one unique fish in 100 billion other fish in that exact same ocean. It's not, hey, I want your money. It's, I'm doing this to express myself. If you feel like, subscribing, no one's forcing you to subscribe to that page. And, if you were to get a fucking takeaway coffee every fucking day, like most people do, you will pay double or triple what a subscription fee is for someone on OnlyFans. But
Is it really that cheap?
It can depend.
Oh, true.
But also, to me, it falls back. It's the new era of porn now. We're not back in, 10 years ago anymore. It's how things have evolved, and we need to keep going with that.
I guess. Like I said, I can't discredit it or completely shit on it. It's just like, there's just something about someone you personally know doing it, and they were literally on the same boat as you, and in a literal weekend. It just, to me, that doesn't seem fair.
I'd be happy for them.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for them, but this will go into a topic that we've got later on about something else, but I guess the main thing that makes me think this is not, I guess it's kind of like jealousy in a way, because to me that doesn't seem difficult. I'm sorry.
That's what I was going to say. For every successful content creator, OnlyFans model, or whatever.
Yeah.
For every successful one you see, there's 100 you do not see.
Oh yeah.
I've personally seen people shut down their page where, you know, they had a pretty rock bottom price. It was like $5 a month. But they shut it down because they only had about 10 subscribers.
Yeah.
You know, where you see someone like Tiger, for instance. He don't fucking need the money, but he's got an OnlyFans as well. And I think it's like $20 a month. And you know how many fans he would have just to sign up, just to see Tiger's dick and all the pretty girls he gets with. But for every big content creator you see, there's a lot of failed ones.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think we need to gripe anymore on what my view of it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paige, you go. I've said what I had to say.
Well, Jordan, I completely agree with everything you've said. However, I remember when you were pretty much thinking the same as Adrian. We'd had that conversation before.
Yep.
And you were on Adrian's. You would have agreed with everything Adrian said. So
Yep.
something changed your opinion on it as well.
Yep. I actually think it was when I moved to Brisbane. When I used to live back up here at home, I had a very narrow mind. I looked at that sort of content creators, sex workers, OnlyFans models. I thought it was a very dirty job. I thought, you know, not very nice things about it. I thought, you know, why the fuck should I pay for it and rah. But moving away from my hometown and actually talking to people that do OnlyFans, it opens your mind and you form a different opinion. That's what I've done.
To be fair, it's okay to have the opinions that you have and the opinions I have. No one's going to agree with everything. And I don't, especially with OnlyFans. Like I said, it can be good. I'm not going to completely shit on OnlyFans. But everyone is entitled to their opinion. We've all agreed on this. We all agree on this. Like all four of us here can say that.
I mean, we're here to express and counter-argue.
Yeah.
Because we differently.
Yeah, and I know plenty of people that still think like I do. In fact, they think about it a lot worse than I do. I've heard people say OnlyFans should never have been created. But I sit there like OnlyFans was originally created for something else. It just turned to this. Which is fair. Because stuff like this has happened. Like, look at Reddit. Reddit was really bad for it at one point. Tumblr was worse. I remember when Tumblr was like, holy crap, you can't open it without there being porn on the very first post.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we all not remember when Snapchat started?
Oh my god, yes.
And images that you could never see again.
Yep, and
I'd like to think that's different though, Paige. A lot of people weren't, quote unquote, having a premium Snapchat back then. It was... You could, you know, one-on-one send a nudie photo or whatever. Or you could send it to a few people, but I never experienced someone with a premium Snapchat when it first started, when it first came out.
premium Snapchat wasn't a thing.
Yeah, that's
No, it was more the fact that it was made for one thing. Like, that was never the intention of what Snapchat was made for. Same as OnlyFans. And that is, let's be real, for teenagers, when it first came out, that's what it became. That's what it was used for.
Yeah, because it was a lot safer to send nudes. Like, personally, if you don't get the permission, don't send them. That's an obvious one. But yeah, like back to what I was saying though, like there are people out there that I have read that there are people out there that actually have planned to murder OnlyFans creators. It is pretty bad. I'm nowhere near that stage. So, yeah. I mean, help them if... That's not fair to them, even. You don't wish death on anyone. We've mentioned that before, because you're a piece of shit if you are. If you're actively planning it, you're worse. So, seeing that, I do feel bad for these guys, because they're just trying to make money at the end of the day. And like you said, it's just it's a newer form of sex work. I mean, and that goes back though, because best example of someone hating on sex work is Jack the Ripper, literally killing prostitutes in England. Like, nothing's changed in 100 and something years, eh? So, I'm not going to drag any more about OnlyFans. I'm not going to...
Yeah, Adrian, shut up. We're trying to get Paige to talk.
Yeah. I'm done with my bit, so you can all say whatever you want now. I'm going to be quiet. So, Paige, you're up.
I was on my OnlyFans account.
Oh my fucking...
Jokes, I don't have one.
Yes.
Look, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know the origins of OnlyFans. I don't really know how it... I know enough to have an opinion, I believe, but I don't actually know the ins and outs of OnlyFans. So if I get things wrong, you guys can pull me up. But
Am I the only one here with an OnlyFans account?
I think so.
You have an OnlyFans account?
Yes, I do have an OnlyFans account.
I guess there is a reason.
I'm not a content creator, but I've got an OnlyFans account.
Okay. Okay, fair
So anyway, you go, Paige.
That's okay. And same with sex workers, I have the utmost respect for these people, because I do think, like, we all, and to be honest, I have said it myself, thought that it was easy money. But when you think about the time that goes into, like, they still have to study how to take an image, like how to take a good angle. They have to know, you know, good lighting, good settings, good, you know, some will have to download little editing apps, Lightroom apps. God, they have to buy ring lights, and we all clean our bedrooms, right? How many times a day do these guys have to clean their rooms or their scenes or set up a scene to take one photo? Like, I think it takes more time than we actually realise, because in our minds, to take a photo, you pull out your phone, you take a photo. Like, but these guys, they need to know, this is the angle, this is the light setting I need, this is the scene I want. Like, it's kind of like writing a script. They have to set a scene to take the image. So, and I mean, look, sorry, you go.
I mean, yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from, in a way, and I mean, it's not going to change my opinion that quickly on OnlyFans, but I do agree with you on that one. There's a lot that has to go into it. Pretty much like pornography in general. A lot goes into it.
Look, I'm not here to change your opinion on it. This is just mine.
Yeah. I was just stating that, that's all.
Yeah, I just think, and the amount of money that goes into it, because they would have to buy props. And, you know, that fluffy cushion in the corner that you see behind them. Not that you guys are looking at that. But, like, it is all about setting a scene. That is, like, I think, as Jordan said, that's what needs to make them stand out. Like, they need to make themselves stand out. Like...
To be fair, I don't like being targeted like that, Paige. How dare you, madam?
I don't know about the boys, but... I'm sure as shit Paige has been into a sex store before and had a look at dildos and all that sort of stuff. They're not fucking cheap, hey?
Oh,
and if you want to get to, you know, some of the bigger items like fucking machines and stuff, they are a few $100s.
If you're
generous. Into the thousands, like...
Yeah, they're like... I saw one the other week or something. It was on someone's wish list, and I think it was on Amazon. It was like $600 or $700, and that was a cheap one. And I was just like, holy fuck, that's a cheap one.
Still does a better job than you would, that's for sure.
Fucking oath.
I think at minimum you can get a dodgy one where the battery goes flat every 5 minutes for maybe $50.
Oh,
like,
if that's gonna happen, you're either fuck Aden.
Yeah, she said that she wants it to at least last the 5 minutes before she...
I was gonna say 5 minutes. 5 minutes is better than I get from him.
I was about to say, with Aden, you get a minute, he has to recharge his battery for a week.
Fuck a minute,
that thing would be 5 minutes, and you'd only have to recharge it for like an hour to get another 2 at least.
No, you just steal the remote batteries.
I'll take 5 minutes.
You'll take 5 minutes. Fucking hell, Aiden. I've never heard anyone so demoralised by their wife before. This is so beautiful.
Look, if I was to say what we normally say at home, we'd probably get cancelled. So I better keep my mouth to a PG sort of area, because to get taken down.
Aiden, I can tell you right now, this is definitely not a PG fucking episode. Actually,
but
to be fair,
Aiden-
none of our episodes are, to be honest. This one's probably the most risque one we've done yet. I think you're good, mate.
No, trust me.
Oh no.
So has Aiden given his pros and cons on?
Aiden's was the same as Paige.
Okay, yep.
So
Finished.
now we're on the rise of OnlyFans.
The rise of OnlyFans.
I guess.
Paige hasn't finished hers yet.
I'm not done yet, guys. I've still got another half hour in the tank.
Fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
having that.
No, I'm kidding, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
go on, go.
Ah.
Just
Alright, we're good? Alright. And look, the other thing, so on your note, Adrian, and I'm not attacking you, but when you mentioned about how, like, there's other sex workers that have worked really hard to get into the industry, like, are they not using OnlyFans to promote themselves too? Just like on Instagram was designed to put up photos to share, but now there's businesses promoting themselves?
Ooh, actually, that's a good point. I didn't realise that.
But I don't know. I'm assuming sex workers promote themselves. I could have that completely.
No, I remember now.
yeah, so, you know, Instagram's really big for a lot of risque, but, you know, still meets community guidelines type of photos. And it's, you know, click the link in my bio and, you know, that link will take you straight to OnlyFans. So you can use OnlyFans. Like, I know a couple of porn stars that I watch or that I enjoy their content. They've got OnlyFans as well. But seriously, I would be broke if I was to, you know, follow fucking 50 people at, you know, various different price points. I would be broke at the end of the month if I was to do that.
Not same.
I guess another point I was going to try and make before is that, you know, when you follow a OnlyFans model, you have that bit more, especially like someone that hasn't blown up or taken off, you have that bit of a one-on-one conversation with them. You can actually get to know someone in that industry.
I mean, that intimacy that some people are seeking, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's right. You know, for me, I don't seek intimacy by talking to them like that, but I can understand some people do.
I mean, it depends on what your interpretation of intimacy, because sometimes just sitting and having a deep conversation, not even like related to sex or anything like that, just a deep general conversation can be classed as intimacy.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like, depends on what you class as intimacy.
Yeah, well, that's right. But, you know, you can just have a chat with someone that you would never have thought of before. And I think that, I don't know, you sort of start to fanboy, I guess, because you're like, holy shit, this person's actually having a conversation with me. And it's a bit different to talking to someone on Tinder, for instance.
Yeah, and I guess
you know,
it gives you, like, you can put on a fake name. It gives you that anonymity as well. Like, so you do feel more comfortable because she doesn't really, like, they know you, but they don't know you. You could put yourself up as Frederick, and she thinks she's talking to Frederick, and really she's talking to you. Like,
yeah, well, that's right. I mean, I don't think I've ever met someone named fucking Candy or Sparkles or, you know, Princess Batty. Like, so, you know.
I work with a Candy. Well, Candace, but she prefers Candy.
Well, there you go. You've met Candy. I've never met a Candy or, the stage names a lot of people have. We you know, you should be smart enough to know that that's not a real person.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's
Obviously.
you're only seeing the side that they want you to see.
Yeah.
yeah.
I will let Paige continue her tyrant.
I guess, like, I've got 2 more points, guys. We're almost at the end of mine. 2 more points. Another one is, and this is on the lines of, going into your sex shop and choosing your toys and stuff thing. Like, you really, like, these ladies and gentlemen on OnlyFans really have to know their body. Like, to know what they want to do, and what they like. Like that I think is just a proud moment to have someone that confident in their body that they can show it off, and also they can go into a shop and go, this is what I like, this is what I want, and this is what I want to promote. Like that just makes me proud of everyone on OnlyFans. Like, come on.
Is that like when Aden goes in there and gets the pink fluffy handcuffs saying, yes, this is me?
Yeah, exactly. And then his little his red bunny ears. Yeah, that one too.
Does he have a tail to go with it? Oh, please tell me he's got a tail to go with that.
Yeah, it's a butt plug.
Ah, beautiful!
I was going to say Paige is the tail.
Seriously?
Bend over, Paige, peg me.
No, I'm holding the leash. But I guess the other thing as a whole, like,
Fuck me.
can we just go with the entire world, right? We had a huge...
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
I
there you
touched
go.
my headphones the wrong way and they're fucking up.
How's that?
Right, I go again.
Can we just say, though, the whole world, right? Through COVID and, you know, in Australia, the weather patterns and stuff, like, businesses have been shut, jobs have been lost, places are closing down. Like, the entire world has just adapted and found another way to keep the money flow coming into their households. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%. And
Proud
if
of-
you've lost your job due to COVID and you're a female and or a male, and you decided to make an OnlyFans and try and make some bank, try and pay your bills, you could be, I don't know, let's just say a single mother of 3 kids or something. You've lost your job, for whatever reason you didn't get the vaccine, so you're not allowed to work. You go and do OnlyFans and you make enough money to sustain you and your children. I have the utmost respect for you, because it takes blood, sweat and tears just like any other fucking job to do that. Not only that, I think you're putting yourself out there in the public eye a bit more. So,
Yes.
I personally believe that respect is not demanded, it's earned. So,
I agree. Yeah. I mean,
so
these people will know that what they're doing does not come without judgment. There are people out there that will judge them, and like they're entitled. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. They really are. But like, I can almost guarantee there are people out there that would lose friends over having OnlyFans as their income. Like,
100%. But
Like-
by that same token, the way I see that is, if that is your career choice and someone doesn't want to be your friend because of that, they were never going to be a friend in the first place. So
That's a really
you
good
just got rid of a fucking red flag, essentially.
that is a really fair point.
Yeah, actually, I can kind of agree with you on that one. Actually, to be fair, you're sort of swaying my opinion a little bit with your points, which are fucking amazing points, by the way. But I can tell you now, even though you're changing my opinion little by little on this one, even though that's not your intention, don't get me wrong, I can tell you now, there are so many people that are so dead set on what they think of it, no matter what anyone says to them. Like, if I know for a fact there is certain people, if they were to come home and find their wife or husband was doing OnlyFans, that's straight divorce. Like, get out of my house, I don't want you, that's disgusting. Which is a real shame, really.
Which-
at the end of the day.
Look, and in that case, I personally see fault on both parts. Like, why did your partner not discuss this with you first?
Oh, well,
That-
I mean, I
that's-
didn't give enough backstory. But
Well,
like,
I mean, that's a very
Right,
fair fucking point, but
It's great, Adrian, what you said. It's great. It's just, like, that's an instance where I'd see fault on both parts.
yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, I didn't specify if, they'd already discussed it and the husband or wife was like, no, don't do it, and they went and did it anyway. Like,
Well, that's
still bad. That's still
someone
bad.
not respecting your boundaries.
Yeah. And,
If you set out boundaries, regardless of whether you're friends or you're together in a relationship, you're engaged or married, if you set boundaries for both parties and both parties agree to them boundaries, if you step outside them boundaries, yes, it's 100% fair for your partner to be upset because you went outside the boundaries of that relationship.
Yeah. But I was
So-
just giving an example.
Yes,
so,
no, I get that.
No, it was a perfect example. It was.
Yeah.
Just I wouldn't lay the blame on that one person.
I wasn't laying the blame on any of them.
Just saying though, look, at the end of the day, if Paige wanted to start an OnlyFans account, didn't tell me, and I ended up getting $250 extra at the end of the fucking month, I would not be complaining.
Aden, you take an extra $5 and I fucking punch them in the nuts.
I mean, as much as I don't like his ugly mug, though, I would actually sit down and have that discussion with him because
Yeah, well, that's right.
it feels wrong to just put yourself out there.
But by the same token, if we were to flip the career choice in another direction, right? Say, let's not say OnlyFans, but your
Yep.
partner, me being male, my female partner, she is a childcare worker, for instance, very hypothetical. If she was
Yep.
to change her career path and it had nothing to do with sex work, she went into, I don't know, nursing. And I said, no, you have to stay in childcare. That's how I'm seeing it is.
Yeah.
With something like that, everyone needs to be comfortable with it. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. But
Yeah,
if
it
they
needs
want
to
to
be-
change their career path, then you need to be supportive of that.
Yeah, I think it needs to be an open discussion where you get to the bottom of why do I want to change and why do you not want me to change, and like it's a real. I mean, I guess that's launching into a relationships discussion as opposed to a.
Yeah, but it's still relating to the. It's still relating to the OnlyFans discussion because
Yeah,
there's a lot
true.
of stuff that's come about with OnlyFans, and for better or worse, there's been a shit ton. It's been on the rise for the last 2 years. Very prevalent, very common. It's very uncommon now to not hear a discussion about OnlyFans. Like, the fact we're talking about it on the podcast is a good example. Like,
I mean, as I said, I don't have OnlyFans. I don't know a lot about it, but I know about it. I know enough to have this discussion with you guys. Like,
to be fair, if if you were to create an OnlyFans, I don't even think it'd be sexually. I reckon it'd be, have a look at my pets. Another way to put your pets out there instead of just your YouTube.
Well, look, it's different as well because you don't just have OnlyFans. You got Fansly, you've got Patreon. You can use Patreon as a sexual service. But there's a lot of YouTubers that do behind the scenes, and you subscribe to their Patreon, and you don't think of that in a sexual manner.
No.
So, I think to me, it's like crypto. When everyone thinks of crypto, they think of Bitcoin. When everyone thinks of online sex work, they think of OnlyFans because it's the first name, it's the biggest name. But you've got all these other ones that a lot smaller creators use that don't get traction.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
Good point, and they're probably cheaper too. I mean, I guess that's the other thing is like, people are only going to sell these images on OnlyFans if there is a demand for them.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, there's always a demand because
Always
the human
has been
race-
and always has.
The
and always
human
will be.
race as a whole is a horny little bitch, eh? Like,
I mean-
let's not beat around the bush. There's enough testosterone and estrogen being thrown around that everyone's horny all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, it's in our nature, and it's actually there is research into if you do not have relations, like it actually can affect your mood, your health, your well-being, your sleeping patterns. Like
I
if you
can
don't-
vouch for this study.
It's true. I don't have stats to back up myself in this discussion, but I have seen that there's been studies on it, and it's actually a human need.
Look, Paige, the only stat that you can show us is that you're more miserable when you look at Aiden's ugly mug. That's pretty much the only stat you can give us.
Exactly. There is a research study happening right here.
Yeah.
See now, I would start an OnlyFans account, and you know why I would start one? To have people pay me to take it down.
you know what? That's probably the smartest decision I think he's ever had in his life. Eh? Like, he's married to a gorgeous girl. He's got all this beautiful things going on about him. He's changing careers. But that OnlyFans idea he just had is the pinnacle of his brain. And
I think it is the smartest idea I've ever seen him have.
yes, it is. Good job.
Because marrying Paige was not the smartest idea I ever had.
No, it
It
wasn't.
it definitely wasn't fucking Pages, I can tell you that right now.
There was a momentary lapse for me.
Your momentary lapse of
You're stuck for
judgment.
fucking life now.
Yeah, your momentary lapse of judgment will punish you for the rest of your life.
It's the dumbest fucking idea I ever had.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's rough.
I feel like that boundary was actually just crossed. I'm sorry, Aden.
The dumbest idea she ever had was getting bloody pumpkin. That's
Okay, you know what? Fair enough. I mean, that is the counter to the boundary crossing. But I guess.
Boundaries over this side of town.
Is there more any of us wanted to add to the rise of OnlyFans?
No, not really. When you
Really, Aiden speak as much.
I
Pros
don't
and
think Aiden has a lot to say on it.
no, this is not really something I'm a professional in, that's for sure. That's why we got Paige on this one. Look, I think that there is cons with everything in life. It's not just OnlyFans, but I think that there's a lot more pros to OnlyFans that there is.
Hang on. Yeah, let him keep talking. Get him to
definitely.
stop, because if I can't hear him, then the recording can't hear him. Oh, that's why. My internet's down. Frustrating thing.
Let's be honest.
Oh my god. Oh, we're back.
At least I didn't do a big conversation.
Yeah. Now you can mute yourself again, Jordan. Sorry about that, guys.
no.
They're not talking now.
Can
What's
you
wrong?
guys,
Oh, they're back.
can you guys hear us?
Jordan, all we could hear was freaking both of you, like, through Jordan's mic and Adrian, we couldn't hear anything.
Okay, so yeah, Jordan just muted himself, so it's back to normal. Yeah, net's back up. So I haven't stopped recording this whole time. My recording system doesn't rely on the internet. So I don't even know what part you were up to. Yeah.
No, Aiden, just to summarise essentially what Aiden said, it was, he just went back and said, especially with people losing their jobs with COVID, a lot of people used it as an income to, how did you say it? As an income, as a means to support themselves in a day or a time of uncertainty. They used that as the only certain thing because they knew they would get that money coming in.
I guess with my slightly different view on it now, another thing that they've done is kind of like what sex workers have done over the years. They use the money that they make from their services to push themselves towards a career they actually wanted. Like, it wasn't the bee's knees end of their final choice for career. It was used to pay for their university funding or their tuition, which is the same thing, or to get this apprenticeship or something. Like, it helped them during their apprenticeship because, as we know, apprenticeships pay for shit a lot until they're finished, and then they pay big bucks. Whereas, they did stuff like OnlyFans, and in the past, prostitution, stripping, sex work, they do that to make ends meet and be comfortable while they did what they really wanted to do, while doing something that they weren't going to stick with all the way through.
Well, see, by the same token, a lot of people could be, I want to say lawyers and stuff, and work at a desk job and work in that small little cubicle, your 9 to 5, and they use it as a hobby.
Yeah.
And it's a means of a second income, but it's a hobby. It's something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah. I can just see it now. This lawyer, this respected lawyer, top of her field. She's extremely young, but that night she gaslights as an OnlyFans creator. Oh, that'd That I reckon that is actually happening, and the reason we don't know it is because I'm pretty sure most OnlyFans content creations don't show their faces, not as much as they used to.
Maybe you should make an account and have a look.
I don't want to have to make an account and have a look. I'll change my opinion, but I'm not.
Yeah, no.
I'm not.
It's you can be anonymous if you want to be, but
So they show their face a lot.
fucking knows.
That's kind
It's just like they're a normal fucking person.
to me.
There's no.
To me, that adds another layer of danger, I guess, because with porn stars, obviously they're getting paid a lot for doing it. OnlyFans, you're doing it from your home, and you're showing your face. That, to me,
There
is
is a dangerous element to it because someone will recognise you out in the street or whatever, and they can attack you because of that.
Yeah, which is, I guess that's why I said, not showing their face. Although I guess if it was a lawyer doing it, they wouldn't show their face because a high prospecting job with that as a gaslight. Yeah.
Would a lawyer financially need to support themselves further?
Yeah, I wouldn't say they do it to support themselves. I'd say they do it as like Jordan said, as a hobby.
True. Fair.
Fair. But yeah, is there anything else we'd like to add then? Like, try to wrap this up before my neck crashes again?
Yeah, no, I think I've covered everything. I'm not here to, persuade anyone's opinions or change any of that, but, my opinion has definitely, I want to say, evolved over the years. I'm not very one-sided anymore or looking straight down the line. I'd like to think of myself as being open-minded. I've spoken to a couple of girls that have OnlyFans accounts and actually post regularly. At the end of the day, it doesn't bother me. If they're happy doing what they do, then so fucking be it. Every relationship is different. So if you're not happy, you express that. And if you guys can't come to a middle ground, she's not the right one or he's not the right one for you. So if you can do that and both parties are happy, then both parties are happy.
My takeaway from this is, I guess it's, looking at it differently, listening to your points and whatnot. I don't think I'm as closed-minded towards it. I didn't think I was before, because like I said, I didn't shit on it too much beforehand. I just didn't respect it. I kind of got a new appreciation for it, I guess you could say.
Well, the only thing that I can think of is, you imagine trying to do that.
I could
You
never do
take
that.
some nude photos of yourself and put it on the internet and get judged by hundreds of thousands of people.
I could never do that. So yeah, like I said, I have a new appreciation for it.
Yeah.
In saying that, part of me still thinks that just the timing of it was not good, though, in my opinion. That might be the thing that made me sway towards it, was something that should never have happened. Because it happened during a time that I was starting to really struggle with my finances because of COVID. And then that happened, and I kept hearing stories of how these girls were making thousands of dollars a week. I feel like it was just the bad timing. And it's what made me stay that way for so long. So, end of the day, I guess since I'm in a much better place now, I guess I can have I guess I can afford to think about it differently. So, might even go create my own OnlyFans account and just show off my beautiful booty.
You're a fuckhead.
No, I would never do that. I'd never do that.
Paige and Aden, what do you guys take away on this?
Still have huge respect for the entire industry. I guess, and this is a little bit off topic, but like half the reason we're here doing these podcasts is, it's not the purpose, but we end up broadening our own minds and our own opinions and adapting our own opinions by hearing different sides and different perspectives. So,
Well,
yeah.
mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Like, didn't think I'd do that with myself, but I was being honest, I think the part I was looking forward to the least of this whole topic was the rise of OnlyFans part, because of what I thought of it, but gaining the appreciation for it really is something else. So thank you guys, especially you, Paige and Jordan. Not so much you, Aden. You kind of had the same views as them, so, and you didn't say as much.
Aiden's just that background character that just nods his head yes at everything.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
How do you think he's survived marriage so far?
That's exactly right.
He just sits there like, yes.
Smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave.
He just sits there, yes, sir. Doesn't, and just nods his head, does the thing, sits back down. Paige, go do this now. Yes, sir.
If only.
Oh, please. He probably does it more to you than he would have ever done with us.
Yeah, probably.
So,
Scary.
yeah, have you guys got any final thoughts?
I think that's it for me. You?
Look, to be fair, I probably shouldn't talk because the internet might cut out again.
Alright, fair enough.
Your final thoughts, Adrian?
End of the day, sex work is just what it is. It's a niche. Oh, not a niche. It's a need. It has been for years. As you said, Playboy, all them, Playhouse, I think there was one, or House, or whatever the hell it was. I don't know. It was a magazine.
Oldest profession in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, sex work's been around for years. You can go back through time and find it everywhere. Seeing it today and the rise of OnlyFans, when you really think of it like that, thinking the way I did kind of makes no sense. Like I said, I still don't agree 100% with it.
You don't fucking have to agree with it. If you agreed with everything,
I would be the yes man. I'd
Yeah.
be Jim Carrey.
yeah, you would be the yes man.
Yeah.
You know, you don't. If you were to say, yeah, that's right, 100%.
Oh, I can't hear them again.
So can you guys still hear me? Yeah. Can you guys hear me now? Could you hear me like 10 seconds ago? Right, so I think it's just about cut out.
Yeah, it's on its way out the door. Sorry guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up now because it's starting to piss down here. Our internet's about to our internet's just proper gone.
Yeah. So this is obviously not recorded, but thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate your opinions, and it's good to, I guess, show everyone a different side of each of us.
Yeah, I especially want to give thanks to Paige for being here today.
Aden, not so much.
No, Aden as well, but that's because we threw so much shit at him just in this one episode. Like every episode Paige is in, we just throw shit at Aden and he just sits there, takes it. But then again, I guess, you know, the same thing happens with us when it's like you, me and Aden, and I think we always go either we throw shit at you or throw shit at me or Aden. Just that with Paige there's an extra person and she's got a lot more info on him than we do now.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, thanks again to the pair of you. Again, the audience can't hear yous, so just relay through Jordan what you'd like to say to close out and thank the audience. And Jordan will repeat it.
Yeah, no, he's talking to you. Okay, he's just said thank you for coming, appreciate it. If you got any messages for the listeners, just let me know and I'll relay the message.
And Paige.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's all good. Adrian can't hear you, so it's only pretty much just me and you, but yeah, no, it's good having you on. Hopefully we'll get you on a bit later with some other topics and we'll go from there.
Is that Paige? Wait.
Yeah, Paige.
Okay. Yeah, we've already got one lined up for you again, Paige. Not sure when. Well, we'll get there when we get there, though. I'm pretty sure you said you wanted to be in it anyway.
Yeah, I think that was it. What's our... Aiden wants to know what our topic's up next week.
We can talk about that after the recording's over. I'm still recording out goodbye.
Yeah. So
We'll discuss it afterward, Aiden.
I'll jump off the phone with you guys now, and when we get this internet back on, I'll give you another call. So, righto, I'll talk to you guys later.
That sucks that this is how we have to end it, but that's just the way it's got to be.
That's life, mate. That's life.
Well, from the pair of us, since Aden and Paige have basically already said their goodbyes and Jordan's relayed it through, from the pair of us, thank you for listening to this rather interesting topic. This rather really long one too. I think this is our longest one yet.
I think it is, but you know, we do this sort of stuff not just to sway anyone else's opinion, but you know, if you're sitting on the fence about it, maybe we're giving you both sides to think about, something else to think about. You know, that's all we do is just give you food for thought. And
just keep in mind, we're never doing this with any politics.
Yeah, no,
because we'll be here for 2 to 3 hours talking about one wanker.
Let's not even touch politics.
Yeah,
but yeah, thanks guys, thanks for listening, really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yep. As usual, you can find Jordan at the Opinionated Aussies Instagram. You can find Aden at #AdosTheGreat pretty much anywhere, probably even OnlyFans after today. Sounds like he's going to go through with that plan to get paid to take down his OnlyFans.
Hey, more money to him. More money to him.
And you can find me, AGO on YouTube, Adrian Gaming, and the Opinionated Aussies Instagram. We will catch you guys next time. Have a good one, guys, and take care.
See ya.